5 most surprising videos you will ever see. Every year, videos of people or animals behaving in a way that one wouldn't expect hit the internet. Most of these videos tend to be hilarious, touching, awe-inspiring, shocking, or unexpected. From a woman who fell through the ceiling while trying to evade the police, to a squirrel that fought against a snake and won, today we'll be looking at the 5 most surprising videos you will ever see. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos every day. With that being said, let's begin. Number 5. Nowhere to go. Normally, people will do anything to avoid arrest. However, on June 25, 2018, a woman in Edmonton took it to another level when she attempted to hide in the ceiling. Unfortunately, the ceiling was unable to hold her weight, and she fell. It all started when the woman, named Brittany Burke, together with an accomplice, Richard Pariseau, walked into a Ready Mart aiming to shop. Not only did the pair act suspiciously, but when they tried to pay for the things they had picked up, the owners noted that the pair were using stolen credit cards. The owners alerted RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police. When the RCMP arrived, they tried to arrest the pair. Pariseau pushed Brittany into one of the officers in an attempt to save himself. The officers turned their attention to Pariseau, and in the process, Brittany found an opening. She ran to the back of the store, climbed a ladder, and hid in the ceiling panels. Within minutes, the ceiling was too weak to hold her. She fell through, bounced off a shelf, and landed on the floor. Out of options with nowhere else to go, she surrendered. The officers then arrested both her and Pariseau. According to the officers, they charged Brittany with failure to comply with an undertaking, obstructing an officer, possession of the stolen property under $5,000, and mischief. They charged Pariseau with the same crimes, but they added the attempt to disarm a police officer, use of stolen credit cards, and breaching probation. When the video hit the internet, it was a source of amusement for many, and a lot of memes were made about it. Moreover, most wondered what the punishment for the charge of mischief would be. Number 4. Real-life Spider-Man? Spider-Man is one of the most beloved superheroes across the globe. He captures imaginations in a way few superheroes do, and it doesn't matter whether one is a child or an adult. Most have a yearning secret desire to climb walls the way Spider-Man does. Well, in 2017, in a show of pure athleticism, one Instagram user unleashed his inner Spider-Man. Brody Pawson, at Brody Pawson of Brisbane City, climbed to the first floor of a building using 2 adjacent columns without any assistive equipment. To start with, he found a building with 2 columns separated by a narrow alley. He then threw himself onto the first wall, and just before falling off, launched himself onto the second wall. Back to the first one again, and this pattern continued until he reached the top. His first try was a fail, and he ended up falling off, but the second attempt was a success. He uploaded the video on Instagram, and it proved so impressive that it garnered almost 1 million views. He then partnered with Lad Bible Group, who uploaded the video on YouTube. Those who watched the video had a myriad of reactions, from surprise that people are capable of such feats, to awe at the level of athleticism required. One viewer commented that even in a video game, he couldn't pull off the move. Note that what Brody Pawson did is part of parkour, a training discipline where practitioners try to get from one point to the other in a complex environment without any assistive equipment. Parkour includes rolling, jumping, running, crawling, climbing, vaulting, and pretty much any manner of movement you can imagine that can help a person navigate a complex situation. In his post, Brody noted that this is one of the hardest things he had ever done. In the past, many have tried the move, and some have succeeded, but there were always variations in how they completed the move. Moreover, this is one of the most successful attempts in recent years. Having seen the video, what do you think? Are you impressed? More importantly, do you think you can replicate the move? Number 3. The Humanity in Animals. As a part of a series of documentaries, Surviving the Serengeti, the Smithsonian Channel uploaded a video of a lioness showing mercy to a baby wildebeest and deciding not to eat it. The Great Wildebeest Migration is one of the 7 wonders of the world. During the annual migration, herds of grazers that comprise mostly of wildebeest but also zebras and gazelles move through the Masai Mara and the Serengeti in search of green pasture. During the move, the grazers will settle in the Serengeti for around 3 weeks and enjoy the luscious grass before they start moving again. During this brief window, when food is plenty and there is relative security from predators because of sheer numbers, most heavily pregnant wildebeest will give birth. Predators, on the other hand, wait for this period because not only are the prey available in large numbers, there are thousands of newborn calves, which are easier to isolate and hunt. At one such instance, as captured by the Smithsonian cameras, a lioness managed to isolate a baby wildebeest from its mother. The lioness then pounced, intending to kill the baby wildebeest. Interestingly, just as the lioness was about to land the killing blow, she hesitated. A few seconds passed, and eventually, the lioness decided not to kill the newborn wildebeest. However, with its mother gone, the baby wildebeest began to imprint on the lioness because she was the nearest warm body. The baby wildebeest started to regard the lioness as a source of warmth and protection, and the lioness let it happen. From previous observations and according to experts, a prey imprinting on a predator is a rare and often fatal mistake. Surprisingly, the lioness tolerated the baby wildebeest imprinting until her attention was diverted by juicier prey. Once the lioness left, the baby wildebeest reunited with her mother. At the time, experts found it difficult to explain why the lioness did not kill the baby wildebeest. Was it a rare case of humanity? What was it about the baby wildebeest that pricked the lioness's feelings? Number 2. A legend come to life. In a video published in April 2018, a driver came across what might be a real-life manifestation of an urban legend. In the video, a driver is driving on some lonely road that has neither lights nor traffic. As he cruises along, he sees a woman dressed in white on the right side of his lane. On the ground, a dark shadowy streak charts a path across the road to where the woman stands. The streak makes it appear as if something wet is staining the road. The woman, on the other hand, keeps making a jabbing motion. Terrified, the driver quickly starts to reverse. Meanwhile, the woman turns and starts walking towards the car. The driver continues to back away as fast as possible until the woman is no longer in sight. As soon as the video was uploaded, the overwhelming consensus among the viewers was that the driver had come across a real-life black-eyed kid. Black-eyed kids are an urban legend of allegedly paranormal creatures who have black eyes, pale skin, and they resemble children aged 6 to 16. According to the legend, people who encounter black-eyed children either see them panhandling, hitchhiking, or when they appear on the doorsteps of residential homes. The sources available on these creatures indicate that these black-eyed kids have existed since the 1980s. Over the years, many people have reported sightings, the most famous one being the 2014 Daily Star article that reported sightings in Staffordshire. The front page article said the sightings were connected to the sale of a haunted pub in the region. Whether that was true or not, no one knows, but this video had people believing the legend. However, some skeptics voiced their opinion by noting that the video could have been a prank gone too far. Till today, no one knows who the woman was or what she could have been doing on the road at that late hour. Number 1. David vs. Goliath. In a classic representation of the David vs. Goliath story, a video uploaded in 2017 showed a squirrel taking on a snake of considerable size and winning the fight. According to the video, the squirrel attacks the snake again and again, and although the snake retaliates and gets in some jabs of its own, the squirrel ends up defeating the snake. When the video hit the internet, most were shocked at how a small rodent known for eating nuts, seeds, and vegetation could be so savage. Some expressed interest in knowing how the squirrel shrugged off the few bites that the snake managed to inflict. Interestingly, this is not a rare occurrence. According to rodent experts, squirrels will often attack snakes to protect and defend their young. Adult squirrels attack snakes in several ways. 1. By biting and kicking gravel. 2nd, they have a way of taking up a defensive position that warns the snakes and keeps them away. Finally, adult squirrels have quick reflexes that allow them to evade snake strikes. The reason squirrels are so serious about attacking snakes is because snakes are fond of eating baby squirrels, especially those that are a few months old and too weak to defend themselves. Another fascinating thing that is pretty much an evolution marvel is the fact that squirrels tend to be resistant to snake venom. Adult squirrels develop a protein in their blood that helps them survive snake venom. That's why in the video, although the snake bit the squirrel at least twice, the squirrel was still standing. That is not only amazing, it is incredibly cool. Also, it is vital to note that although squirrels primarily eat fruits, plants, and nuts, they can also eat lizards, snakes, and birds' eggs. Take the example of a squirrel in Texas. In 2015, the Texas National Park Service posted a picture on the official Facebook page of a squirrel that not only killed the snake, but also ate the entire snake, leaving behind a mere 2 inches. Moral of the story? No one should mess with squirrels. Most important, however, is that small things tend to surprise. Which of the mentioned videos has surprised you the most? Also, check out some of our other cool stuff showing up on the screen now. See you next time!